Hey everybody, welcome to week 2. Okay, so you got through that first week. I know you're just kind of getting your feet wet in that first week, trying to kind of acclimate yourself to Blackboard, get to know myself, get to know your classmates, but I think you did well. And so now we're getting into the nitty-gritty. We're getting into the specifics of the class, and we're going to start in week 2 with hardware and software. So what's the real difference in hardware and software? Now, there's a good rundown in the online lecture that we have in the week 2 folder. So definitely pay attention to that. Go through that very, very slowly. Basically, though, the clearest difference between hardware and software is hardware is the stuff that's tangible. Okay, this is your mouse, for instance. This is the touchscreen on your smartphone. This is your smartwatch. This is all sorts of different things. It's also the keypad. It's also the camera that I'm using right now. This is all hardware. This is stuff that is tangible, okay? Stuff that you can hold, stuff that you can manipulate. There's all sorts of different kinds of computer hardware. I mean, think of your smart TV. So much computer hardware in there, including, your remote. That's all considered hardware, all of that. And the different pieces that go into something like a computer, like the motherboard, and like the different disks, the platters that make up your hard drive. That kind of stuff is hardware. So think about it, the best way to think about it is it's tangible stuff that you can grab and touch and hold and manipulate. What is software then? Well, software, these are the programs that basically run on hardware or run to make hardware do certain kinds of things, right? Now, for the most part, we don't think very much about this, but there is software that allows you to use the camera on your computer. There is software that allows you to use the camera and then talk to other people on their cameras on their laptop, and Skype would be an example of that. There's plenty of others as well. Software would also be Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, OneNote, all those things that we, to varying degrees, we'll talk about this term. So that's software. Software is going to be something that needs hardware, but hardware also needs software in order to do what it's supposed to do. Okay, so see how the two are definitely separated, but they are also necessary to each other, right? They're integrated. So that's the big thing, is this difference this week on hardware and software. And so you're going to do a little exercise, a little quiz on the differences between hardware and software this week. Make sure you go through each one of those questions and answer each one. Don't skip any. There's a couple of short essays that you'll want to do. You don't want to skip those because those are worth a lot of points overall. So hardware and software are the prime things that we're talking about this week. We're also going to be talking about OneDrive. OneDrive is fantastic. It's awesome. Okay. What is OneDrive? OneDrive is cloud storage. So we'll have more to say throughout the term on cloud technology. But for right now, what we're talking about with OneDrive is probably one of the best examples of cloud storage. There's also Google Drive and other kinds of things. But this is you being able to use a certain software program to save your information, save your files, save your photos, whatever, in the cloud, basically on the internet. So it's not something that's saving on your hard drive. This is basically the cloud it's saving on somebody else's servers, Microsoft's servers, in fact. So essentially, they're saving all of your information, all of your data for you if you're saving in OneDrive. And again, we'll talk more about the specifics of cloud storage and cloud technology down the road. Right now, just have an understanding of what OneDrive is. And let me tell you, it is awesome. It wasn't that long ago that OneDrive really wasn't around. It wasn't part of Microsoft Office. And now that it is, boy, it's revolutionary. It really has changed so much. And I speak for myself. I use OneDrive all the time. Every single thing I use on a computer, every single thing I save on a computer, I save in OneDrive. I've got more than one OneDrive account, but everything. I don't really save anything onto my laptop anymore, but I can map my OneDrive account onto my laptop. So it looks like I am saving on my laptop, but it's actually going into the cloud. It's just accessible through my laptop. So you're also going to do a short reflection on OneDrive, okay? So there are instructions on how to do the reflection. I did post in the announcements the rubric for the reflection. So remember this is the most important thing. You want to have at least 150 words in those reflections, okay? At least 150 words. I have to follow that rubric. So you want to make sure that you're holding to that rubric and everything so that you can earn as many points as possible. But it's going to allow you to talk a little bit about OneDrive, why it's important, how you might use it, those kinds of things. So You're going to be doing that hard drive assessment or that hardware software assessment. You're going to be doing a OneDrive reflection, and then you're going to be getting into this week's discussion board. I have a video in the discussion board, so check my thread, my post in the this week's discussion board to see that video. This is a very, very interesting topic if you haven't already gotten in to see it. It's all about slacktivism, and broader than that, it's all about how social media, social networking affects us. Does it make us lazy? Does it not? Are we more efficient because of this? Are we less efficient? Basically, are we better people? Is this good or is this bad? This social media that is everywhere in our world. So that's another portion that you definitely want to get to as soon as possible this week is the discussion board. Remember, you want to have at least one initial post and at least 3 replies to your classmates. So anything else I want to tell you right now? Nothing really too specific. Anything that does come up, I will post an announcement or I'll send you all an email. Right now, you're doing good work. I want you to know that. If you have any questions, please call me, email me, text me. You know my email, but my phone number is 585-433-5781. Very much looking forward to seeing what you're all doing this week. Let me know if any questions come up. Best of luck to you.